Hey everybody, I just wanted to tell you some things that I had come across yesterday and today, and wanted to tell you that might be helpful as your students are doing their work this week, working through Latin this week, and maybe students, maybe you're the one watching this, so this is just something for you to think about. Okay, so we talked a little bit about the cases in Latin. We've got nominative, genitive, dative, accusative, and ablative. And we know that the singular is a. That's the singular endings. For first declension, this is first declension. And then the plural is I, arum, is, os, is for the plural endings. And then another thing that you need to know is that the nominative, the vocab words for nominative, if we have something like sailor, then nominative always means the or a sailor. Genitive is of the sailor. Dative is to or for the sailor. Accusative is also the sailor. And ablative is by, with, or from the sailor. So it would help you if you would learn that nominative means this, genitive means this, dative means this, and so forth. I hope that helps. And also for you to, if you don't know this, to learn these endings. There's little tunes, and I'll sing it for you even though that's out of my comfort zone, but it's I, ah. You can get the tune. And then plural is I, arum, is, os, is. I, arum, is, os, is. I, arum, is, os, is. Plural, first declension. And then the singular is the same way with the ending. So that will help you learn the song if you don't know it. So the singular is I, singular, first declension. Now, this is so helpful, so if you don't know that, I would suggest that you memorize it, even if it's in that song, because all the time that I've been doing Latin here at home, I am thinking through that song, and I'm thinking, okay, if it's genitive, it's the second part, so it's it's genitive, okay. And then I also think if it's genitive, okay, it's the second one here, it's of thee. So I have memorized this in order. Then I've memorized this in order. And then I've memorized this in order. So then I can just remember, if I can figure out that this something is dative, which means indirect object, then I'll remember it has one of these two endings and it means to or for whatever it is. So here's the tip. I told Caroline that it's important to memorize this. This would be helpful. Kind of like memorizing multiplication facts. It's helpful to memorize them, because if you memorize that 9 times 9 is 81, then when you're doing math problems, you don't have to spend time trying to figure out, okay, what is 9 times 9 if blah, blah, blah. If you just know it's 81, it makes math go fast. Well, if you can just know that dative is this, then you don't have to spend time working on it. So to help memorize it, I had Caroline take a note card and she wrote this on a note card. And she just sits it on the table beside her while she's doing her work. So she has it there to reference when she comes to something. She doesn't have to flip through the book to find it, but it's right there in front of her. And then she's working on memorizing that as well. So once you help get this memorized for first declension, that will make the work come easier. But in the meantime, before you have it memorized, if you put it on a note card or something, then that will help have it be right there where you need it. So I hope that was helpful. As we get into second declension, it will be the same thing, except our endings will be different. And honestly, I'm not that far into it to know about this part, but we at least know our endings will be different. But if we can get this in order and remember what they stand for and how the endings work, then this will help. Okay? Hope that was helpful.